Well, hey everyone, thanks for clicking on this video and watching. This is Josh, pastor of worship and outreach here at CBC Ocala Community Bible Church. Part of our mission as a church is to equip the people of God to go and serve Him by serving other people, right? The two greatest commandments are to love God and love our neighbors as ourselves. And we want as a church to be empowering each other to go and fulfill those commandments to love. And so this morning, I'm really excited to introduce you to someone very special. And this is something that we're going to take some time to talk about a program here in Ocala in Marion County that we can be involved in together. Very thankful to be here today and to introduce you to Diana Gissoni.
Gissoni, close enough.
Okay. Gissoni, that's it. Diana, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Good stuff. Would you like to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, the program, absolutely. So again, I'm Diana Gissoni. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Training for the Guardian Ad Litem program. So the Guardian Ad Litem is a state agency, and we advocate for abused and neglected children who find themselves in dependency. So they've been removed from their home, removed from their parents due to abuse or neglect or abandonment. They could be placed in a foster home. They may be with a relative. We do get a lot of grandparents that are caring for their grandchildren or other relatives. And what we do is I always call us the eyes and the ears on that child for the court. So we see that child once a month. We talk to their caregivers, teachers if they're in school, other service personnel if they're getting counseling. We gather information, we find out how that child's doing, what their needs are, and we ensure that all their needs are being met. We provide that information to the court, and we make recommendations as to what's in that best interest of that child. We want to make sure they don't, as they say, fall through the cracks. You've heard that expression before, right? So we just want to make sure these children do well, they're happy, healthy as they navigate through a tough time in their life, and ultimately end up in a safe, secure home. We hope they end up back with their parents. That's what we want to see happen. We want to see these parents right their ship, if you will, and be able to provide a safe, secure home for those children. So we're just watching over that child. We're making sure that they're doing well. And it's such an important role. We don't just make a difference in one day or 1 week or 1 year of their life. We make a difference in their entire life, because where they end up and the services they get and their needs being met during this time will impact their entire life. So it's a pretty amazing thing that we get to do to help these children. It's a little heart-wrenching because you see where these kids come from and what they've endured, but you as a Guardian Ad Litem volunteer are part of the solution for these children. You're part of ensuring they have a better future. So that's a pretty amazing thing to do.
That's so powerful to think about. Just the children who fall through the cracks. Just on our watch,
Yes.
And we have so much technological and financial, all these resources in our society, in our community, and yet we still have problems like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And these kids, I've been doing it for 6.5 years, and I can't tell you, I was a nurse prior. I taught college, so I've had experience working with youth, working with folks when I was nursing. I've never done anything more fulfilling than working with this program. I get the best of both worlds because I get to work with the program, bring folks in, train them, and give them this experience. I also get to be a Guardian Ad Litem and help these children. So it's pretty amazing.
Wow, that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Can you describe a little bit about just giving vision to what it's like to be a guardian in your program as a volunteer, going through training, all that sort of process?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, obviously things are a little different right now because of COVID-19. Right. We used to do in-person interviews to start with. Everyone goes through an interview. You go through background screening, and then you go through training. And there's 3 phases to our training. We have an online component. We used to have an in-person classroom training, 2 days of classroom training. We've had to put all of that online at this time. We do live webinars as part of your training. And then the third phase of training is our fieldwork phase. And then that's when you're actually assigned to what we call a child advocate manager. These are staff members in our office. They supervise the volunteers. That's your go-to person. You're also given a mentor, one of our experienced volunteers, and they're going to work with you the first 4 to 6 weeks on your first case. So there's a lot of support for folks. We don't just say, okay, here's your case, run with it. We
Thank
have
goodness.
we have attorneys in our office that, of course, provide the legal side of on the case. There's a lot of support as you work a case with our program. So you're not just out there on your own. But the training is quite extensive. I feel like we really get you well prepared to take on your first case as a volunteer.
That's amazing. And you were saying that in our county, Marion County, what was the percentage that you said?
So I think we're representing about 42 or 43% of the children that are in dependency right now in Marion County. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough volunteers in Marion County. So, we really would hope that folks would want to step in and help these children. I mean, we'd love to get to the point, obviously, where we're representing 100% of the children that are coming through dependency. It's just not the case right now. But and to let folks know, I know for you folks that are nervous about COVID and being out in public, everything basically that we're doing right now is all virtual. Even the court is through Zoom. The only thing that we do in person at this time is the very, very first time you go and the first visit on a case, on a brand new case. And that is done with COVID-19 protocols in place. We do it outside, we wear face masks, we're 6 feet apart. All your subsequent visits to that are over video until such a time that it's safe again for us to start doing in person. But otherwise, we have switched everything over to virtual platforms. So it's very safe to do.
So if someone's listening right now and they're kind of feeling their heartstrings being tugged and thinking, okay, maybe this is something that God could really use me in, but maybe I don't have the time, or maybe I feel like there's just not enough hours in the day to take care of my kids and then go through training and everything. What is the time commitment early on in that training process?
Well, the training process, here's the thing. Now, of course, we don't want someone to take 4, 5, 6 months to go through the training process, but you can work through that sort of at your own pace. Most folks right now it's about a month or so that they're going through, because everything's online, right? So you can sit down in the evening after your kids are sleeping, or while they're doing their homework, you can do your homework, and then as far as once you're on a case, you start with one case, and everything that you do on that case can be worked around your schedule, with the exception of court, of course, but we're not in court every day on a case. About every few months we're in court on a case. But the other thing too to mention is, if you are not able to, say you work full-time and you're not able to attend court or that sort of thing, we do have other options. We have what are called courtesy cases. So what a courtesy case is, if a child comes from another county, so say there's a child that gets removed from their home in Lake County, their grandparents live in Marion County, and they place the child up there in Marion County. We don't require our guardians. There'll be a guardian that will be assigned to that child in Lake County, because that's where the case originated, right? We don't require our guardians to travel outside of their home county if they do not choose to see a child. So they'll get a courtesy guardian in that other county, and all you do is visits. You don't have to go to court. So the time commitment on a monthly basis is far less. So that's another option. Yeah.
Fascinating. Wow, Diana, thank you so much for this. I just think we've been, as a church, we've been talking about the Psalms, the book of the Psalms, and how there's just so much in there. And it just struck me, Psalm 72 this morning. This theme is all through caring for the poor, but just listen to this 4th verse. May God defend the cause of the poor of the people, give deliverance to the children of the needy, and crush the oppressor. I don't know about crushing.
I just got chills.
Defend the children of the needy. Yes. And as Christians, we pray for these things to happen. We pray for God to take care, but I think we need to be willing to be the answer to our prayer.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if anybody is interested, I mean, we can certainly provide additional information. We also have an online information session coming up on the 19th. If
Great.
you want to register, I think, Josh, I've given you the link for that.
Yeah.
People can register for that and come in and learn much more about the program, ask questions, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we'll include all of that in email form and all that, your contact
Wonderful.
information.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Diana.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, Josh. I appreciate your church there, your pastor, congregation, your willingness to get the word out, and hopefully we get some folks wanting to come on board and help our kids.
Absolutely. That's what we all want.
Yes.